is she?
I'm
Caterina,
here.
are you present?
Here you are.
Hi. Hey, great to meet you. What a treat.
Hello. Wait, where are you?
Oh, I'm over here.
Oh, there you
I'm over
are.
here.
Hello.
I know. I know.
Hi.
I'm going to just do this. It makes me look like an avatar. What a pleasure to meet you. Oh my gosh. I am such a fan. I have to tell you that watching your journey on Grey's Anatomy is one of the coolest things as an actor, to see how you grew from first season to see like the other seasons. It's an incredible thing. Can you tell me how, like, did you have the foresight of where your character was going at all?
I mean, not really, because we just don't know how long the show's going to go. So it's this very,
Right.
it's this very weird, organic process where the writers and the actors are, I mean, we're kind of living life together in a way. So we're kind of like making this human move through time together in this very dynamic
And I
way.
know, and I've also been catching up on your gorgeous daughter, Pippa.
Yeah.
That can not like, she's got like a beautiful voice. She knows how to sign language.
Yeah.
She's a bit of an overachiever.
Yeah. She's got her alphabet. She speaks a lot of ASL, yeah.
I would love to know the step, because I know when she was born with Down syndrome, what was the step that you took that you're like, oh, I need to make this a platform? Because some moms might just go, oh, this is just my kid and I'm going to live with my kid. But you were like, no, I'm going to actually make an awareness about the equality of Down syndrome and the awareness and inclusion around it.
Right. I mean, I think at first it was kind of the internal journey and the journey within my family. And so realizing where we had kind of blind spots about our own ableism and like what the assumptions were there about like what life was supposed to look like and what people were supposed to look like and what typical cognition was versus atypical cognition, and so there was a lot of like internal deep diving that had to take place before I felt ready to start talking publicly about it, because I also didn't want to say it was such a journey. Like, I didn't know where it was going, and I still don't know. I'm still learning about the world of disability and where visibility is important and where advocacy is important and what kind of languaging is helpful and what kind of languaging is hurtful. And so it is this, again, it's this very organic process that I'm living publicly, and I hope that people feel kind of invited into our family, not that we're an authority on it, but that they're invited into to the learning curve that we're on. And so
I think that's so cool. Yeah, but it is such, like, I think that's such an interesting thing, because WIFT made the choice to do a closed captioning for this event, and I think that to say, like, what you said about going a deep dive, like, it does make me question, like, what is my vision of like the normal, and why can't that be part of it? Why can't we all just embrace it? And watching the videos, I feel like you are doing that. You're making it all look quite delightful.
It's totally delightful, and that's kind of one of the things that, being really confronted with your own limited perception, at the beginning, and realizing that, though it is often a shock to get a diagnosis like that, like, I mean, now I'm part of a community where lots of us have kids who have Down syndrome, and the questions are more like, kind of like, oh, did you, are you having a boy? Are you having twins? Are you having a girl? And in our community, it's like, what, your kid with Down syndrome, your oldest or your youngest? Like, it's just another variation on the way a family looks, and her needs are specific to her. Like, she's totally individual and completely different from the kids of some of my other friends, and so I don't know. So we're part of a community, but it's a very diverse community.
Oh gosh, like, every kid is so different. Like, it's not, as you said, they're such individuals. You're never going to treat one child the same way you're going to treat another anyway. It's just a wild ride.
Right, and you get to see that, it's such a, stark example, because people are so afraid of chromosomal difference. So it's a stark example, but once you've kind of entered that framework where you're like, what was I assuming before? You suddenly are able to like apply that to all of your children and all of your relationships, and realize the extent you were kind of like approaching everyone with assumptions instead of curiosity.
Oh my God, you just made a Pinterest page. That's a beautiful statement. Tell me what Pippa's jam is right now. What's the thing that she's doing that's making you giggle?
We're big on kitchen dance parties, and we
get in line. Who isn't?
Yeah, we do a lot of karaoke, and she has like the best karaoke face you've ever seen.
Oh my God. What's her karaoke song?
We love Fight Song. Do you know that song? Except she calls it.
This is not. I can't sing it because we don't have the royalties. But yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, but we call it Explosion, and we have like we just sign for a lot of it, and then for ones that we don't know the signs, we just make them up.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I mean, I could talk to you all day about this. I'm so curious. Also, is there something like when you shifted, like when she was born, did your whole world shift as far as priorities? I mean, of course it did with any child, but how did you keep it in balance with your other work with Grey's Anatomy?
That is to suggest that anything in my life is in balance.
No.
You know, it was a very steep learning curve, and again, it wasn't so much a steep learning curve because her needs are so overwhelming. It was just that we didn't know anyone. We hadn't seen it modeled before, and so we had to learn a lot of things. Mm-hmm. When anyone has a baby, their life is rocked, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't get to sleep anymore. What? It's not about me." And but we've seen it. We've seen our sisters and our aunts and our friends do it before us, and so we have accepted the change in the schedule and the change in the way things look. Whereas with Pippa, her needs were like, oh, now she needs occupational therapy and speech therapy, and that's not that different from like, oh, she needs mommy and me class, and it's just different things. But we didn't know what it looked like, so the learning curve was pretty steep. But once you get it, it's fine. It's like you're taking your other kid to soccer and you're taking her to speech therapy. It's like you're still driving two places and they're having a blast.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're still not sleeping.
Yeah, you're still not sleeping.
Yeah,
in fact,
it's consistent.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I really could talk to you all day, Caterina. I think you're such a beauty inside and out. I'm really excited to see what you do next.
Thank you.
We're going to add a little Down Syndrome Awareness.com. It's not .com. I just made that up, but I had it somewhere. Oh, it's the Canadian Down Syndrome Society, CDSS.ca, to get involved, to donate, to just get awareness, and to keep growing that awareness.
It's honestly, it's a world that like, I mean, at first you're like, whoa. And then once you have entered it, I can't tell you the extent to which you feel like we've been invited into this perspective that is so rare and so full of constantly being revealed joy. And so, if you can get involved with anybody with Down syndrome, I say go for it.
I feel like even like the snapshot, we'll add this link as well into the chat, the YouTube clip of like Pippa, you doing sign language with the alphabet song. Like, I feel like that is like a snapshot into the joy that is possible. And let's just educate ourselves so we're not in the dark.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Caterina. What a treat.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.